Hi, welcome to sixth grade language, lesson 130. We are going to be doing pages 212 and 213. So if you don't have your book out, you can pause the video and go ahead and get that out so that you are ready to do the pages with us, okay? So we're going to go ahead and take a look at placing adjectives correctly. Okay, so to avoid misreading, you want your adjectives to be in the right spot in the sentence. Otherwise, it can change the meaning of the sentence. Take a look at the examples there when you change the phrase from England to different places in the sentence. Okay, a man from England read a book about a missionary. Okay, that says that the man is from England. Okay, the second one says a man read a book from England about a missionary. That says that the book is from England. So see how that made a difference in where from England was placed. The last one says a man read a book about a missionary from England. Now the missionary is from England. So where should that phrase go? It depends on what it's supposed to be describing. So you need to know what you're describing. One-word adjectives should be close to the words that they describe. So in those sentences, the misplaced shows that a barn stood by the farmhouse, large and red. Now that makes me question, and I don't know about you guys, but it makes me question, is the barn large and red or is the farmhouse large and red? So in order to clarify that, a better way to say would be a large red barn stood by the farmhouse. So you want to make sure that your phrases go near where they describe. And then our adjective, our single words. Adjective phrases should be after the word that they modify. And this can actually cause some pretty either serious or funny sentences. And these are some of my favorite lessons is on these misplaced modifiers because they can make some pretty interesting sentences. But if it's misplaced, you could say, Alyssa served hot dogs to her friends on paper plates. Well, are her friends on the paper plates? Probably not. That would be a little odd. So it would be better to say Alyssa served hot dogs on paper plates to her friends. And then you see that it comes right after hot dogs, which is what that describes. All right, so let's take a look at the board. And there's a couple sentences that I have up here that have the same idea. It has a phrase that needs to be moved. Okay, we saw the boy riding his bicycle with cowboy boots. That brings about a pretty silly thought. Does the bicycle have cowboy boots? No. I mean, this sentence can be silly enough with it the correct way, but that would be really silly if the bicycle had cowboy boots. But if we moved it and we said we saw the boy, and we moved this phrase up here and put it right here, we saw the boy with cowboy boots riding his bicycle, that would make more sense. Now he's riding a bike with cowboy boots on, and that might not be the best idea, but it at least makes more sense there than at the end where it looks like the bicycle has cowboy boots. Okay, and the second sentence I have up here is the dog ran across the street with shaggy hair. Okay, so think about that. Does the street have shaggy hair? And would you really want to be on a street with shaggy hair? I don't think so. So, but what has shaggy hair? So where would we move this? Go ahead and think about that, where we could move this to make the most sense. Yeah, we want to move it. We definitely want to move it up here after dog. The dog with shaggy hair ran across the street. Since this is a phrase, we want to keep this phrase together, so we just put it there and it would make much more sense. Okay, take a look at number 1 on Think A. We'll do number 1 together. Today, a man told us about his encounters with wild animals from a mission board. All right, why does the mission board have wild animals? That would be a pretty serious thing for that to happen. And so, where would where would be the best place to move this phrase? What, who is from the mission board? Okay, so it will be the man. The man is from the mission board. So you're gonna move it right after man. So between man and told, you're just gonna circle your phrase and draw an arrow to between man and told, and that's the first one, okay? So you guys can do the rest of that. In write B, you're gonna write a sentence containing an adjective phrase. Make sure to place the phrase correctly, okay? So you're gonna come up with your own sentence there, and then on page 213, you're gonna do think A, B, and C. So I'm gonna read the instructions just so you know what you're doing with that. So think A, underline the proper adjective in these sentences. Circle the common adjectives, except for articles. You don't have to do a, and the. Draw an arrow from each adjective to the word it modifies. Let's do number 1 together. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Okay, remember we don't have to do the, so we don't need to worry about that. But what are our adjectives that we need to circle? Okay, it would be quick and brown, and they both describe fox, so circle both of those and then draw an arrow to fox from both. And then lazy is also an adjective and it describes dog, so circle that one, draw an arrow to dog. And that's what you're going to be doing through the rest of the sentence, or the sentences. Then in think B, it says underline each predicate adjective, draw all adjective, circle all adjective phrases, and draw an arrow to the word that each one modifies. Okay, so we can do number 1 together as well. This carton of milk tastes sour. So what is our phrase that we need to circle? It would be of milk. And what does it describe? The carton, because the carton is of milk. It has milk in it. So you're going to circle of milk, draw an arrow back to carton, and then, okay, and then that's how you're going to do that exercise. Think C, the following sentences contain adjective errors. Cross out the incorrect adjectives and write the correct adjectives above them. Circle misplaced modifiers and put a caret where they should be. So instead of drawing the arrow, you're just going to mark the little caret mark. So if we were to do it like for this sentence and we were to take out our arrow, you still circle it, but you're just going to put a little caret mark if you see that right there. Okay, and this would be a caret mark there as well. All right, so that just helps with this section to put the caret, because you're also going to be crossing out incorrect words and fixing them. So the drawing the arrow may get a little messy with this exercise. So go ahead and work through those exercises and on both 212 and 213, and we'll see you next time.